Okay, guys, welcome to your Dragan selfie that you're going to be taking today. I got a picture of Brad Pitt up here. Notice on the computer, on his image, that focal length. It's crazy. His nose, eyes are really in focus, but that background is definitely not. His collar is not. So I recommend that you do the same thing. Use at least the 150mm lenses or my 200mm lens and take your photos with that. Probably the 150s will be good. And turn the aperture, as wide open as you can get. I think you can get down to like a 3.1 f-stop with those. Alright, so this is to give you guys a refresher on how to do the Dragan effect. I've got my layers over here. And first thing I'm going to do, Command J, of course. Then there are a couple of choices that I have. Now your picture hopefully will be a lot darker than this, but I want you to take it in like a dark setting with just like a single light, so it can be creepy like the Dragan man down here. So first thing you can do is your curves. I'm going to click on my curves. And I'm going to bring this straight down from here. I'm ignoring his background. I'm just paying attention to his face. That looks pretty good over there. Can maybe bring it down this way. It doesn't have as much effect. That way, obviously, it gets completely messed up. Yeah. What the heck is this doing? No, I don't want a Java update. Stupid computer. Stupid Macs. Alright. So yeah, I'll go to right about here. That looks pretty good. The reason why is I have a nice even skin tone, and that's what I'm wanting. Okay, the next thing I can do is go through and burn the background. Use my burn tool. I'm looking for midtones because those are kind of grays. And what I'm going to do is mask it. This button right here is the layer mask button. Make sure I'm on Brad, not on the mask. See the difference here? Now Brad is active, now the mask is active. I want to make sure that Brad is active so I can go through and burn the background. I know I'm burning Brad's face a little bit too. He'll get over it. Make my brush a little bit darker. Increase my exposure maybe. There we go. So I'm basically making the background look kind of dark and creepy as well. That's pretty good. And now I can go to my mask and hide that effect. I'm going to take out where I just burned his face. Because that burn is just an effect, and I can reveal or conceal it as I see fit. Now, if I didn't have this background layer, that's what I'd end up with. Oops. So that's why you always Command J. Always, 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 always. Alright, so I got the curves going. Next thing I'm going to do is desaturate him. And there's a couple things I can do with that. I can try hue saturation. I can desaturate him that way. Might desaturate him just a little bit. That seems pretty good. That's kind of a good effect that I want to go for right there. And now maybe I'll burn him just a little bit more on the forehead. So I'm going to choose highlights, bring down my exposure. This is a little bright up here. Just darken this up just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to duplicate this one more time because I want to keep a background layer that is pure. This is going to be the one that I have my high pass filter on. Filter, other, high pass. And you can see how it is just his face that's showing up. Why? Because that black right there, that's a hole that this is showing through. And then I'm going to look at the pixels here until I get something where I see lots of his pores. Now, if I do too much, look, it doesn't do anything. Too little, it does nothing. So I need to look for that happy medium where I can see the pores on his face, like right in there. See lots of wrinkles and crinkles. That's what I want. And then, last thing, is the blending mode. And I think we all agreed from yesterday that linear light or vivid light were the best ones. Ooh, I like that vivid light. We'll use that one. Now, if this is too much, if it kind of is too shocking to look at or too bright, or he looks like he's glowing almost, you can always lower the opacity of that level, of that layer, I mean, to, like, you know, there. That looks good. And that looks like he's pretty much done. Now I can burn this a little bit more if I wanted to. Or I can change my hue saturation. Increase the saturation, yeah, not so much. But I can definitely darken it a little bit. I can burn this for sure a little bit. I can burn this layer. Get in here and just kind of darken them up a little bit. You know, have some fun with it. Notice the more I darken his lips, the redder they're going to get. See, if I do too much, it looks like he's wearing lipstick. And I'm pretty sure Brad Pitt does not go out in drag. But you never know. That Angelina Jolie's a freak. Alright, so I think that's pretty much done. Now to see what I've done with both of these, I'll hit Shift, select all these layers, and I can group them. Now the nice thing about that is that I can turn them all on and off at once so I can see my differences. There's the original, and there's Brad Pitt with the Dragan effect. And I can always open these up, and they're all right there. I can edit them. Okay, do that to your own picture. Start with a dark background, though. Don't start with a white background. And get the entire PSD file sent to me. That's it. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.